Hi everyone, welcome back to my creative corner tucked away in the Pennine Hills of Lancashire in the UK. Today I'm going to create an easy peasy journal page using Tracy Evans designs for AALL Create. I'm a really big fan of simple mixed media projects which don't fry my brain too much and let me use a mix of my supplies. So I'm going to create today's journal page in my Dina Wakley journal, and you can see there that I've just prepped the page with the background. So I've used a jelly print from my stash and just cut that into a square and glued that down onto the page. So here I'm using the stamp set number 734, which is Glide, and I love this butterfly. It's so big. I think the details that you get from it are just perfect for colouring. So I'm going to set that aside and we're going to come back to that in a little while. I'm just going to do a few other elements that I want to add to the page as well. So these letter tags are from Tracy's latest release, and so this is set number 926, Garden She Wrote, and they do have a garden theme. So you're going to see now I'm going to stamp the letter out initially on one side of the card, but all of these letters have a garden sentiment that runs up the side as well. So you can see there, this one is bulb for B, but since I'm using a butterfly stamp, I don't actually want that word bulb on. So before I stamp it, I've tried to rub off some of the ink. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, there is still a very slight shadow of the word there. So to get over this, I've taken a little piece of masking tape and I'm just going to draw around the area that I want to mask off. This just helps me get a really accurate placement for covering that bulb lettering. So then I'll stick that directly onto the stamp to cover up that bulb word. And then once I've done that, ink it back up and stamp it again, and then that word won't appear. So I'm just going to use this circle punch. It's a 1-inch circle punch. It does leave a slight white edge around, but rather than my messy fussy cutting, I prefer the really accurate edge that a punch gives. So that's the letter element cut out, so I'll set that aside. This is one of the new washi tapes that AALL Create have just released. Again, this is one of Tracy's designs. It's number 46, Earthy. And this just has some really good words on it that are just the perfect size for a sentiment. So here I'm going to cut out a piece of that washi that says nature and back that onto a piece of white card for the sentiment. And now with the ink on the butterfly dry, I'm going to add some watercolours. So I'm using Schmincke Watercolours today, the super granulating watercolours. And I just love some of the muted tones that are in this set. So I'm using a mix of pinks. I'm using Tundra pink, Galaxy pink, Potter's pink, and then you'll see that as I get to the outer edges of the butterfly, I add in a little bit of Galaxy violet and some deep sea blue as well, just to give a little bit of variation to the colour. So next I'm going to add in some sparkly metallic details onto the butterfly. This set of paints is from Nibs Watercolors, who are an independent shop on Etsy. All the colours are handmade and there's a really lovely range. So this will just give a little bit more interest to that butterfly once it's dry. So with the butterfly complete, I've fussy cut that out and set that to one side, and now I'm just going to add some final touches to the page. So I love the grungy texture that you get from a gel plate, and I just want to add a few more background details. So I want to add some text stamping, and for this I'm going to use set number 573, the House of Butterflies. And to decide where to place the stamping, I'm just placing the butterfly in the rough location that I want it to be when I do glue it down, and then that helps me to get the stamping exactly where I want it. So now I'm going to glue down all of the elements for the page. So first up, I'm going to just again place that butterfly down just so that I can get everything else glued down around it. So starting off with the sentiment. Next I place the bee just to the top right of the butterfly. And then I want some more details, so I keep this little pot on my desk of offcuts from my AALL Create stamps. So these will be things that I've stamped for other projects and maybe not used, or bits from leftover stamping from other projects that I've cut out. So I'm just rummaging around to find something that fits, and I select this circle with the number 2 because I think that balances quite nicely on the other side of the butterfly. So after a little bit more rummaging through the scraps, I find these 2 tiny little screw heads. So I'm going to put those in opposite corners on the page just for a little bit of finishing detail. And that's the page complete. So I hope you enjoyed that really quick and easy journal page. If you decide to make along, I'd love to see what you make, so please tag me on social media. And if you've enjoyed the video, please do give me a thumbs up and ring the bell to subscribe. It does help my channel to get discovered by other people. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a really happy, creative week. Bye.